the positive side is about 5 weeks ago I'd have taken a game like this. It's just like it's your perspectives can so quickly change, right? When it's tough sledding and it's not quite, wasn't going our way, and then you get to a point where your expectations are higher, and then you have a game that's like, whoa. But, sluggish games happen. I mean, I think you can look at probably every sport, if you probably ask Dawn Staley, or sometimes you just win and you would just win and it's like, oh, we weren't really happy with any aspect, right? Sluggish games are going to happen, and I think we just got to learn from it. I talked with the players, you just find a way, and I just felt like we just never were ever getting all of our pistons firing at the same time. But I know both sides, and I think when you're a competitor is like, every ugly win will forever be better than a pretty loss. So that's, I wish we would have played better. I think a lot of things contributed to that, but I'm still really thankful that we got the win, right? And, credit to Rutgers, like they haven't just hung it up, right? They've had a lot of different adversity. And, tonight they're starting to play, and that can work a lot of different ways, whether it helped them, hurt them, or whatever. But they were, I told our players, at halftime, I'm like, look, these are Power 4 players, right? And I tried to tell them before the game, like, don't look at the record, because every game's just got a different flow. And teams that, they can be, if you don't get in your offensive flow, teams like Rutgers, who do a lot one-on-one, do a lot that you can't really know for sure it's fist, know for sure it's thumbs up. That's when it can get a little dicey. But our defense really, really held. But it was just our offense. It's good that we were, defensively we're holding. So I think that, I think anytime you win confidently, because when you get into the one and dones, the Big Ten tournament and any tournament after that, I mean, it don't matter how you get to the next one. You just got to get there. And I think that's what we can draw upon. And certainly, I've wanted to play our best basketball in February, and I think we have, but not tonight. I think when we started with USC and the game at Minnesota, the game at Nebraska, tonight, surprisingly not at home. But I think other than they just started really sluggish, and that's what I was upset about. I could handle missed shots. I could handle, a banked in three, but I can't handle lukewarm water. That's what I do not like. And I thought after the one timeout, we got a little bit more aggressive, but for whatever reason, we just couldn't get our offense going.
I think, like you said, just finding a way to win. Like, nothing's going to be perfect in a basketball game. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Some nights we might not shoot as well as we'd like. But the fact that we can rely on our defense this year, I think a little bit more than previous years, is really important. And finding the person who has the hot hand. Like, Lucy was shooting great tonight. Like, getting her the ball more, and like Taylor McCabe when she's shooting fire from the three. Like, just hitting those hot hands is really important too.
I mean, whatever it takes for us to win. I think, like Sid said, like I'm getting more comfortable in the offense. I'm finding where the shot opportunities are instead of trying to force something and make something happen. I don't know. I think whatever the game brings, like we won at Minnesota. I didn't have a crazy night there. We were so good that like anybody can step up any night. And the last few, the ball's just been falling for me.
I think just the confidence aspect. I think we all really poured into her. We know how good she was as soon as she stepped on campus, and the type of shots she can make. So just really giving her that confidence and knowing that she can hit those shots. And I think we're sharing the ball a lot better, running our offense better. So I think it's giving her more opportunities than to force some things that was probably earlier in the season for all of us. So I think our offense is flowing much better. Yeah, I mean, a win is a win. An ugly win, we'd rather win from that than a loss. But I think we said a couple times this week, like, you can't underestimate anyone in the Big Ten. Everyone's so good. And I think we found a way to win. Our defense was really great. We held them to 40 points. Like, that's pretty good. And we've been shooting the three ball pretty well. And today it was just a little off night for us, but no one should lose confidence. Like, keep shooting those shots. And, like I said, the rebounding and defense, I think, is what won this game for us.
I thought we started out a little slow. I don't know what it was, but we definitely can't do that anymore. And then we kept fighting, found a way to win. That's the most important thing. Coach Day mentioned that earlier in the season we probably would have lost that game. So we did grow, and I think that's good to recognize, but we also got to figure out why we played so sloppy.
Got together. That was just one thing that I told them that, what I thought we really could have a strength over last year's team. And I thought the strength needed to really be our calling card. But it can only be that if you buy in. And I think that was a good focal point of the summer. And I think we're reaping the benefits of that. And throughout the whole year, I think that's why we've really been in most games. And why we've been able now to win a game like this tonight, because they really have believed that, and it's very true. I mean, Lucy's a really good on-ball defender. Kylie didn't get as many minutes, but she was one of our better defenders last year. She just didn't see the court as much. She's a really good defender. Sid's always been a good defender. Hannah can defend. She's undersized a lot. So you got usually 3 or 4, depending who I have on the floor, that are always, most everybody would tell you they're pretty strong, staunch defenders. So they have done the work, they believe it, and I think that's really been the difference for us this year.